Then with RoyAustin, Facebook's Vice President for Civil Rights.
But my parents were born on the island of St. Vincent. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is what the country is called, and had an amazing opportunity to come to the United States, my dad, to go to college.
Prospects of our faith. So in this moment of history, tell it in every community, our nation is born. Colonialism is gone. This is a time of national freedom. So
good day, and my name is Trisna Bergen Jardine, and for the 2022 Independence Special Features, we are dealing with people who made St. Vincent and the Grenadines proud. In this special feature, we are going to look at His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin, U.S. Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, from the 19th of October 2001 to the 18th of October 2009.
To bring us this day of independence. So in this moment of history, tell it in every community, our nation is born. Colonialism is gone. Now this is a time of national freedom. So yeah, I love it, someone, the 27th dawn of October.
His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin was born and grew up in Rose Place, also known as Bottom Town in Kingston, St. Vincent. He was born in 1939. He attended the Kingstown Anglican School and the Boys Grammar School later on. As a youth, His Excellency was very active and excelled in everything he got involved in. He was an avid sports enthusiast who played soccer, cricket, and competed in athletics, and was a very strong recreational swimmer. He represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the national level in soccer, and at one point was the captain of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines national football team. Dr. Austin also was invited by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cricket Association to try out for a place on the national cricket team. As a youth, His Excellency was one of the founding members of the Bridge Boys, one of the leading sports and cultural groups in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the time. He was also a leader of the Bridge Boys Mass Band organization founded by the same group. His Excellency started his professional life right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where he worked with the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and was employed as a secondary school teacher and as a customs officer. His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin did not only excel in sports and culture, he excelled academically. He applied to and was accepted by the Yale University to pursue a Bachelor's of Arts in Sociology. This made His Excellency the first Vincentian to be accepted by and attend and to graduate from an Ivy League university. He then pursued and attained a master's degree and a PhD in sociology. Dr. RoyAustin later got married to Glynis Josephine Sutherland. His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin joined the faculty at Pennsylvania State University as an associate professor between 1994 and 1998. He served as director of the Crime, Law, and Justice program at Penn State, and in July of 2001 became the director of the Africana Research Center. Among his publications are works from the Caribbean, including Trinidad and Tobago. In October of 2001, Dr. RoyAustin was appointed U.S. Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago by the President of the United States of America, George Walker Bush. George Walker Bush, a young man he met in 1965 at Yale University and whom he became good friends with. His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin served under George Bush Jr., who appointed him, and he also served under Barack Obama. This made Dr. RoyAustin the first Vincentian and the first Caribbean-born person to be appointed to a diplomatic position in the history of America and the Caribbean. Here is a Chief Strongblood speaking of his first meeting with His Excellency Sir RoyAustin.
Growing up in Rose Place, I often hear my siblings as well as other members of the community speak fondly of His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin. From their account, RoyAustin seems to be one who was good at everything he ever did. I knew his parents very well, but I never knew the man. However, one day while I was a police in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I was assigned to Supreme Court Judge Justice Ian Mitchell. I had some reason to be at the E.T. Joshua Airport with Justice Mitchell. And while there, Justice Mitchell informed me United States Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. RoyAustin, was sitting in the VIP lounge. I informed the judge of my connection with Mr. RoyAustin, and I said I have to meet him. I approached the VIP lounge at the E.T. Joshua Airport. I knocked on the door. A male voice says, "Come in." I opened the door and I entered, smartly dressed in the uniform of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. I marched into the room very smartly as if I were on a military parade. Head straight, arms swinging perfectly as I dug my heels into the ground as I advanced. I was in the presence of a man I heard about all of my life, admired but never knew I wanted to make a good impression. I put my hands up the long way for the salute and smartly cutting it away when I was finished saluting, observing all timing, ensuring my form was perfect. His Excellency Dr. RoyAustin quickly get to his feet and acknowledge my presence and my salute. I took the time to introduce myself. When I introduced myself, he smiled and he said, "You can relax." We had a very nice cordial conversation, and then I made my exit.
Sir RoyAustin made many visits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and as he held that post of U.S. Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. An ambassador is required to have an FBI security. However, when Ambassador Austin first visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the government, via its Commissioner of Police, offered Austin police outrider, a car, a police driver, and trail security, of which he refused. His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Austin did not want the pomp and circumstance of a big security detail, at least not when he was at home amongst his people. Therefore, he only accepted the police driver. You never saw an FBI agent with him when he visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines. However, it didn't mean that they were not present. The FBI agents were always present on his visits. His Excellency Professor Dr. RoyAustin truly made Vincentians and St. Vincent and the Grenadines proud. Let us also recognize Glynis Josephine Sutherland Austin, the woman behind the man. For behind every successful man, there is a strong and loving woman. My name is Trisna Bergin Jardine, and this has been an independent special feature turning the spotlight on a homegrown Vincentian, His Excellency Professor Dr. Roy Austin. Thank you.
The strength of so many faces shall be the prospects of our faith. So in this moment of history, tell it in every community, our nation is born. Colonialism is gone. This is a time of national freedom, so share our love with someone. The 27th dawn of October, our nation is born. One history, one ecstasy, one destiny.